Warren Buffett talks with so much pride that the first year that Coke came into business, they sold only 25 drinks and he made this great investment and made like this trillions of dollars over the course of his holdings of Coke. But he made his money on drugs.
Hello, namaste, Auntie Zarna here. So excited to bring you our newest episode of Zarna Garg Family Podcast. All 5 Gargs are in the house. We have my youngest, my middle schooler, Veer Garg, my senior in high school, actually just graduated, heading off to college this fall, Bridge Garg. My daughter, who's a rising senior in college, Zoya Garg, and my husband of 25 years, Shalabh Garg, a Wall Street veteran, and we are so ready to get right into it. Today's topic is a topic every single person watching and listening can relate to. What is your favorite drink order? Tea, coffee, cold, hot? What do we like? Why do we like it? Where do we get it? What are we drinking? Let's go. I want to hear from everybody. I want to hear from everybody who has a strong opinion and wants to go first.
I mean, I like black coffee.
That's so boring.
What?
Why couldn't you give a more fun answer?
I mean, just because that's what I'm having most of the day because that keeps my heart rate up during my non-eating hours. So I need to have the black coffee and I cannot put anything in it. Otherwise, it takes the glucose up. Black coffee is a very useful drink because it's a lot of water, which hydrates you. And then the caffeine that takes your heart rate up.
But I have heard that coffee is actually dehydrating.
Coffee in the way, like if you just have like a pure shot of coffee, then it is. But the way Starbucks makes that, what they call the pike, or a version of the pike that many other vendors make as well. But Starbucks is actually the worst because I don't even know if there's coffee in there. I don't know what's in there. Oh, you have to cancel that. Sorry.
No, keep it. I mean, just keep it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, some version of high quality coffee is little coffee and a lot of water. So it's not dehydrating in that way. But that's not my favorite drink. I'm just saying I have a lot of that leading up to my eating hours, which start later in the afternoon.
Veer, do you have a more interesting drink?
Yeah, I have multiple. So, Shirley Temples, lemonades, milkshakes. Those are my 3. And
that's
then,
all sugar.
Yeah,
sugar.
I know. Well, that's the whole point. Super sweetened iced tea, like Arizona Lipton.
Super sweetened.
Fanta, Diet
Veer,
Coke.
You don't drink this stuff. Why are you saying that? Bridge, he doesn't drink all this,
No,
does he?
it's just like
On
drinks I
occasion.
like. Yeah, like if I go to like a fast food place and they have like a fountain drink place, I'll get these.
But I thought you don't drink these
Vitamin
drinks
water.
with all this sugar in it. Am I
No, I
crazy?
usually don't.
Yeah, so then why are you saying
You're
that you
asking
like
for
that?
drinks. You're asking for drinks.
That
But
is his favorite.
do you
yeah.
you don't drink
Yeah,
these drinks.
yeah,
It
but
has to
I
be
like
a
them.
drink that you drink.
Why? Just because it's your favorite doesn't mean you have it. Like my favorite food is steak, but I don't eat steak every single day.
But he doesn't drink these
Okay,
ever,
top
does
2, Shirley Temples and lemonade.
he? Okay.
Can I give an
Okay.
immigrant answer to follow
Yes.
the earlier answer?
Yes.
Okay. When I first came to America,
And mango lassi.
with $9 in my pocket, but $9,000 in the bank, when I first came to America,
Everyone's a comic.
I did not know enough about sugary drinks. There was
Right.
no internet around.
True.
And, Amazon had just been founded. And it's just like, I wish somebody had explained it to me, how bad these sugary drinks are. And I honestly feel as bad as these sugary drinks are, they should carry the same warning as cigarettes do, that these drinks can kill you.
That's actually true. Yeah,
You
there's
know-
a tax on certain amount of ounces of a drink. If a restaurant sells that version of a cup, I'm pretty sure there's a tax of some kind.
How does a tax help? I would rather
No, it
there's a warning.
doesn't. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right.
There should be a warning
How
on them.
often were you drinking it?
I was drinking them every day. And especially in the morning, along
Which
with like...
one?
I was having the regular ones. I don't want to take a name because I don't want
Like
Say
soft
it.
drinks?
You can
I
say
wasn't.
it, okay.
I'm not preferential. I was having Coke. And Warren Buffett talks about, with so much pride that the first year that Coke came into business, they sold only 25 drinks, and he made this great investment and made like this trillions of dollars over the course of his holdings of Coke. But he made his money on drugs, effectively.
Yeah.
And just because he's an old, nice-looking man, people just forgive him. But Coke is not something that we should be proud of as a business. It's essentially a version of cocaine being sold in a red, nice-looking can.
No, that's actually such a good point.
And I told him this.
Okay.
How did you tell me this?
Where
Oh my
did
God.
sometimes
Every time when we walk, I tell you all these things and then you show up in the podcast and you say it as if like it's all your original
And I'm
idea.
really happy that our little kids, as they've grown up into young adults and still one teenage or about to turn into teenager, know this and don't drink those stupid sugary.
I know, that's why I'm surprised that he named all these drinks. He doesn't
It's
drink
not,
this
but
stuff.
I don't have to drink them to like if I try a
I'm
drink
saying,
I
what
love
is your favorite drink? Like, what is it
Ever?
that you look forward to drinking? Like, what do you look forward to?
seltzer.
That's an honest answer because he
That's an answer.
consumes
He
more
drinks
seltzer
seltzer.
than anybody. But you know,
At
I
least
heard
3
from
cans a day.
someone that seltzer is not good for you.
No,
There's
that's
nothing-
not
I mean,
true.
especially
Nothing-
Pellegrino, the
Yeah,
Italian
there's-
In
versions of them
seltzer,
are
what
very-
if they're not
The
to be
Italian
good?
and French versions are straight from the Antarctica.
That has nothing to do with it. Any carbonated water is
No,
I
there is a
think
difference.
There's
Pellegrino's
no-
probably
there's no
made in
dif-
New Jersey.
There is a
Yeah.
difference between Pellegrino, Perrier, and every other version of
you're
seltzer
just
water.
falling for marketing
that's the
scams.
immigrant
No,
effect.
I'm just saying there is. There just is.
That's what Baya talks about all the time.
What did you
What?
say?
Where immigrants will go for the more expensive thing even without like seeing the research behind them.
There's no research. It's all plain seltzer, sparkling water.
And how come Bridge has so much influence on you at this point?
Yeah,
that
I mean, really, this is like. there
It's
needs
not
to
like
be a-
he's the source of wisdom all over
Okay,
the
anyway, Bridge, what's your favorite drink?
I like water. I don't really drink soda that often.
Yeah, you are.
I think water is just like, but what I always try to do is whenever I go to like a dinner or a lunch or something and there's a lot of water, I always try and drink as much as possible during those meals because people underestimate how much water you actually need on like a daily basis. And all those other drinks are fun, like Coke, Sprite, even seltzer, but all 3 of those don't hydrate you at all. Seltzer has no hydration in it. So if you're drinking
Oh my goodness.
if you're drinking seltzer, you're actually not getting
Bridge.
hydrated at all.
Bridge.
Why would you say that?
'Cause that's the
Fighting words,
truth.
Bridge.
Seltzer
Can
is
you
a
explain that
hydrating
truth?
drink.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it's
it
not a
is.
hydrated drink.
Yes, it
No,
is.
it's
Can you
not.
explain a little more? So
There is
less
nothing more to
knowledgeable
explain.
ones-
Seltzer does not hydrate you as much as any other drink, and it barely hydrates you.
That's
if you're
a
drinking
myth.
seltzer, it is not gonna help you as much as
Chemically, that's untrue.
I don't think
But
that. I
there's
don't think
only
what you're
gas,
saying
there's
is true.
not-
I think
nothing
you're
else.
being untrue. right
Yes,
now.
exactly. Carbonated water is you take water and you carbonate it with bubbles. That does not take away the properties of what makes water a hydrating.
And
drink.
if it does, can you explain how it does?
I just know I've seen
It's a
articles
myth.
about how
It's
it
not
doesn't.
true.
I mean, the truth is, you remember that movie, that Indian movie, Jab We Met, where the Geet says, "Pani ka kaam sirf pani karta hai." Only water does the job that water is meant to
But
do.
I thought that carbonated water is water.
It is. Okay,
It's
this
not
is not
like
worth the
vitamin
discussion.
water with just
but the
sugar.
thing is that I've had dentists tell me that carbonated water is very bad for your teeth. Because
That I could
That-
understand.
that might be
I could
true.
believe. Yeah.
So like
That-
there is something about carbon, but we love carbonated water in our house. All the brands, we try all of them, especially.
Are
the
you
light-
Googling it right now,
Yeah.
Bridge? Google
Yeah.
it. Do
okay,
it.
Google it. And
Okay.
what's your favorite?
I have a
drink?
few favorite drinks. My favorite of all time is Mom's Chai.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you. Thank
wow.
you, somebody.
Can you be a little more of a sucker? But fine.
It's the
Oh
best.
my God.
And now she even makes it with almond milk for me because I don't drink regular milk, which is the best.
What did it
So
It says the seltzer does hydrate you, but not as much as water. But it
okay,
does
well
hydrate you.
we're gonna
No
fact
one,
check this
okay,
after
hold
the
on.
episode.
No one is gonna contest that plain water is the best one.
Yes,
I'm not contesting
I'm not
that.
contesting
But it
that.
does hydrate you.
That is, but
yeah.
it is absolutely not true that seltzer or carbonated water does not hydrate you. That is absolutely not
Okay,
true.
all right.
Okay.
But even then, using that as a substitute for water is ridiculous. Like using
I
seltzer as a
agree. I
substitute
agree.
for
It's an
water is
expensive
insane.
habit, and it's also just I completely agree. Okay, I love Mom's Chai. I look forward to it every time I come home. It's the best. That's probably my drink. Like if I could drink one thing every day, but it's like actually a special treat. That's mine. I do drink. My most expensive drink habit at the moment is ever since I started college, I have had a iced latte probably almost every single day. It is not a good habit. I think it's interesting though because I don't drink alcohol and coffee seems to be a social activity, right? In college, the reason I started drinking this iced latte thing is every morning I go with like 4 or 5 girls and we go to the coffee shop and we drink coffee and then we start our day. And in many ways, people just form community around these drinks, right? Especially girls, it seems like.
I don't understand how people drink so much coffee. It does not taste good.
No, but hold
It's
on.
not for taste that you
It's
drink
not
it.
for taste.
But I couldn't, even if I knew it was going to energize me, I cannot drink that because of how bad it tastes.
I used to think
Because
that.
you're 12 years old. I mean, I think as you grow up, your taste buds will expand a bit and
yeah.
accommodate it.
No, but Zoya brought up an interesting point, which is that people always talk about the cost of drinking outside coffee.
Yes.
Oh, it costs, but no one's actually drinking coffee for
the coffee. Yeah.
It's a moment you meet people where you might have had a lunch or a dinner. Now you have a quick cup of coffee. If you think relative to what it would have been if you sat and ate like 2,000 calories at an Italian
I don't
restaurant.
know if I agree with that. Like, I have never met anyone. Actually, I did meet someone recently for coffee. But in general, I don't meet people for coffee. I meet people for a slightly...
I think coffee is just.
It's just such a little commitment. You're essentially insulting the person you're meeting
No,
socially
actually,
by
I
telling
disagree.
them that you don't even care to meet them.
Okay,
for
there's a
10
flip
minutes.
side to this.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
flip side to this. In fact, okay, I understand what your point, but if you're meeting somebody for coffee, the other argument that can be made is that you're being mindful of their time, right? You're basically saying, I know that you're a busy person. I'm only going to take 30 minutes of your time. We're going to enjoy this 30-minute experience. We're going to sit down, drink coffee, be concentrated about our
I can see that
social
logic
time.
for a first date, which I understand that you've been a lot of in the last few months. And that's where you're coming from. Is that correct or
Well,
not?
you're right. I actually think I do a coffee. My first date of choice is a coffee
There you go.
plus a walk. If the date is going well, walk. If the date is going tragic, then coffee for like 10 minutes.
I caught you a little bit.
And coffee is great because it also kind of tells you whether or not the person's going to pay for your coffee, which is like not that big of a buy-in. And you learn a lot from just a quick coffee and walk.
There you go.
If we make it to the walk. But I agree with Mom. I think a coffee it's a community building activity.
Yeah.
And in many ways, and I will repeat this because I do think it's important, if you are not drinking alcohol and you're not going out to these parties, it's one of the best ways that you can socialize with people because you're still getting that like energetic experience, but you're not doing it with the, drawbacks of alcohol.
I mean, the two other drinks I can bring up, I mean, the one I've been having just in the last 12 months is, a protein shake equivalent. I will love
Yeah.
this.
Oh, we're going to get into the protein shake because that's a controversial topic. And what's the
And
second?
the other one is alcohol. I mean, I haven't been drinking the last couple of months, but the last few years, my alcohol consumption has gone up. So we should talk about alcohol
Okay.
as a drink.
Hold on for a minute because I want to ask Bridge a question about what Zoya just said, Bridge and Beer. So she might have a coffee date and go for a walk. You now go to high school parties where like kids are drinking alcohol. You don't drink alcohol. What do? You just drink water there? Do you feel weird and out of place when you're just drinking water and everybody else around you is drinking?
You definitely don't have as much fun as the other people around you because they're all like drunk. So like a lot of the things that would be fun at like a party when you're drunk just aren't when you're sober. And like you're not part of like, I feel like it's rude to go to like an event where everyone's drinking and not drink. I think that's just like disrespectful.
So what do
to, like,
you
the
end up
community, 'cause
doing?
it makes it. So what I end up doing is usually when people go to parties or something, originally there'll be a small group that hangs out before it,
Yes.
and then maybe they'll drink there and then go. But usually it's like I usually go to that and then I'll leave before the party.
I do the same thing. The same thing. There is a social culture because if you are buying into drinking and you're the one person not only do you stick out like a sore thumb, but you almost hold a mirror to everybody else on what other behavior you could be pursuing. And it makes people feel nervous and upset. In a big party setting, you can get away with it because nobody's really paying attention that much. But at a dinner party or at like these smaller party environments, it's so painfully obvious that Bridge, for example, is not drinking to prioritize his health, which then makes a statement to everybody else where they're thinking, why am I doing this if he's not doing it?
But I don't even worry about other people's feelings. Honestly, I feel like if I'm the only one not drinking at a party, I'm just bored out of my mind.
Yes.
Because they're giggling and laughing about utter nonsense, which is fine. They're having fun and I get that. But like it's doing nothing. Like I'm standing there and thinking, what am I doing here?
I don't think you know how to party right though. Like
Okay,
respectfully, like
I'm the big
you're not someone who's gonna go to a party and
my
have fun.
nickname
Like that's
was
not.
Party Machine.
That was not your nickname.
That was, I don't think I've ever seen you
I've
party
never heard
that.
anyone call you that.
No,
I
people
mean, I
have
have
called.
not. I don't think in my 48 years I've stayed past 11 p.m. too often.
Yeah, so
Dad,
like, that's-
11 p.m. You don't stay past 8. Like, let's be so for real right now.
Okay, hold on. So how do you meet your friends? I know you guys meet at Starbucks. You guys meet at like the local juice places and all. What do you guys get?
Sugar.
But you don't drink that stuff.
When I'm with my friends, I do.
What do you drink?
Like I'll get whatever the most sugar, whatever the most sweet thing there is. I'll just
Oh my gosh.
Everybody will just get one of that, like the thing
Well,
with the
sometimes,
whipped
like-
cream and all that. That you
No,
guys
no,
are
no, no,
buying
no,
that
no, no,
stuff.
no. Not like the latte, whatever milkshake. When I'm with that, I have to get something that's like that. I don't know how to explain it. Something that's same consistency as water, but just with different taste.
Okay.
Oh, another drink that I love coconuts.
Oh.
So it's such a premium, but there are places that will sell the entire coconut with the water. And I am obsessed with coconut water. It's so replenishing. The electrolytes are so good. And it's a dessert, but it doesn't feel as desserty as a proper dessert. So big fan of coconut water.
So can we now talk about protein shake, which you brought
Yeah.
up, which is a hot topic, and especially
it
you,
hot?
because
No, it
I
is a
know
hot
all the
topic.
add-ons that you are buying for the protein shakes, which I
Creatine.
completely disagree with.
Why do you disagree.
Pre-workout.
Because Shalabh, it's all chemical.
I don't use pre-workout.
What is
Yeah,
the
but it's
point
just
of eating organic food if you're going to take a whole bunch of chemicals and put them in your drink?
What
I
chemicals
don't
are we
get it.
We
putting?
have no chemicals in our drink.
No,
Except for the
creatine
protein
is
shake
a
itself.
chemical.
Creatine's not in the
The
drink.
protein shake is all chemicals, but
No, it's not.
every doctor is recommending it now. They're all saying you need to drink, and I know that the protein requirements are. It is a complicated project, so we are all drinking protein shakes now. But what are the tips and tricks?
First
What
of
is
all,
your favorite?
first of all,
yeah.
in order to maintain like perfect healthiness, they say that you're supposed to match your body weight in protein. So wherever
Yeah.
much you weigh, you're supposed to drink that many grams of protein. So if I weighed
Wow,
100 pounds,
I
you're
did not
supposed
know
to
that.
eat 100
Yeah, he's
grams
right.
of protein. Like that's how it's supposed to be. Of course, that's unrealistic. Like there's no like it would be very difficult for me to every day eat like 150 grams of protein. That's just like. That would be eating almost every single 5 minutes of the day, and it has to be like of substance. It's a lot, right? So
then why do people say that?
I
that's,
probably
like, the
get I
optimal
probably get
amount.
almost my body
That's-
weight in protein. I probably do.
There's
But I
no-
eat my
you also
protein.
weigh a lot less than like.
No, I
Yeah.
do. You're right that I weigh a lot less.
But even then, you
But
think
then-
you were getting like
Shakil-
over 100 grams of protein?
I think I'm getting pretty close.
What's in your diet?
I eat 2 boiled eggs. I eat every single day. I eat Greek yogurt every single day. I eat an insane amount of chicken with salad every day. I eat most of my meals. If you do the breakdown, it's probably 80% protein, like 10% vegetables, and then maybe a little bit of carbs.
Hold on. So you don't feel the need to have a protein?
I don't.
Okay,
I don't know. I
hold that
don't.
thought. You feel like you need a protein.
I think everyone needs a protein.
I think men for sure.
I don't know
definitely
how
do.
you could possibly like live getting enough protein without a protein shake. Protein shakes are such a quick source of 25 grams of protein plus, and it's just like you quickly drink it. Like the way me and Veer drink it, we drink
I
it
have a
within
question
10
for you,
seconds. That's
Bridge.
it.
So let's assume what you're saying is correct.
Yeah.
And you know the protein shake place next to our house.
Yeah.
And you know the protein shake we have at home, the unflavored one. The one that I put peanut butter in,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
banana in.
It's good, yeah.
With what? Between the two, which one would you pick?
The one at home. But for
one-
me, when I drink protein shakes, I never drink them like with the meal or anything. Like I'll drink them within 10
It's a
seconds.
meal suppress.
I'll literally just kill. Like I'll like down the drink and then that's it. I don't like. It
Those
doesn't matter to me
protein
what it
shakes-
tastes like.
Those protein
I'm
shakes.
drinking it for the protein in 10 seconds.
Those protein shakes that we get next to our house are complete fake. Those have like 500 calories in them
no,
each thing.
but
I thought the one I make at home will have
That's
that many.
good.
That one is
That's
good.
really
That will
good.
not have that many calories. Why is that? I put peanut butter in it. I put a banana in it.
It will
I
have
put-
calories.
That's
It definitely
it'll
will have
probably
calories.
have similar amount of calories, but it'll have much more protein. The one I found the nutrition facts of the one that's next to our house.
And?
It has like significantly less protein.
Why is that? But they
I
baked it in
don't
front of us.
know. It's just a lot less protein.
Yeah.
It's like 10 grams compared
Because
to
I was
20.
feeling worse. In the 1 month or 2 months that I was having it from the neighborhood place, I felt like something was not right about it. because
That's
I
what
was
I'm
feeling
saying. I don't
more-
trust
No,
this
you weren't.
place.
I stopped doing it.
we were going for a walk. We
I
were
stopped
we
doing
get to
it.
maximize how much protein is in our shake because we control the amounts of like, for example, what we use is protein powder. So with the protein powder, they give you a scoop of like however many grams, supposed to be 25 grams of protein per scoop, or maybe half that, and you're supposed to put 2 scoops. So we control we can put even 3 scoops, 4 scoops of it to get more and make sure we're getting the proper amount. But if they're making it for us, they might be thinking, why should I give like a full scoop to them when I can give half and get away with that? Right? Like we get to control all those details.
Yeah, one thing that I was telling mom about the other day is protein shake culture seems like such a masculine thing, but every woman should be drinking and eating a lot of protein as well. Like, for example, mom, don't you feel like you and I know I was, but I feel like I was only really introduced to protein shakes through Bridge and through dad because they were drinking it so much.
What?
Don't
Yeah,
you?
I mean, I think that may
You did
also,
not introduce
You did not introduce.
What are you talking
I mean,
about?
that may also be because men know better. I don't know. I mean,
It's not that men. No, this is the underlying problem with fitness and health culture.
And men
for
need to
women.
lead, right?
No,
Alpha.
no. No, it makes me
Okay,
so
wait, why is
upset.
it a hot topic? I don't understand what the controversy is.
Because there are a lot of health and nutrition people who think that the whole idea of drinking protein is fake.
Yeah, it
But
probably
then,
is.
About
but
everything,
then
it's
my
like-
own doctor is like, you should drink a protein shake every day. But then I also have a doctor who told me that I should be drinking a leafy green juice every day with 20 vegetables in it. And I did it one time and I thought I was going to lose my mind entirely. 20 vegetables, I don't even know. I'm vegetarian and I couldn't figure out 20 green vegetables. Like she's like, No, add this every day. That one green juice was $200. I was like, you know what? Why wait for a heart attack to kill me? Kill me now. I'm gonna have no money left.
So good. And recently, remember we just tried this out and you were against it. And I want you to explain it. So I was also trying to find other ways of quick forms of protein. So for example, protein shakes are just a quick, you make the shake, it takes about maybe like 2 minutes maximum, and then you're drinking the shake and it's done, right? So I wanted a food option, and one thing that everyone loves eating for protein is chicken. But when it comes to chicken, unless you're buying it from a restaurant, you have to get it raw and then cook it yourself and go through the whole process. That can become like a lengthy like endeavor. It becomes like about 30 minutes. It could be 30 minutes. It could also be raw, which will become a whole issue if you mess it up. It's very delicate meat, right? But so what I found was this chicken that you can put in your fridge. You just put the chicken in your fridge. And you can just take the chicken out and just eat it.
Yeah, he's
There's
talking
no-
Where did you
about,
get it
he's
from?
talking
No-
about deli cured chicken. You know, like the deli meats.
Okay.
Like he's talking about.
Yeah, but they have a lot of.
But
So-
we'll do a separate episode on that
Okay.
because that's a great one, and we will do an episode on that. But this one is about drinks.
Okay.
So can we talk about, like, you know how we grew up in India, everybody drinking fresh juice?
I mean, again,
Orange
I
juice.
wish somebody had explained that to me, that fresh juice is just sugar. I mean, I really regret that.
Carrot juice. You
guys know-
grew up with
I
it,
do,
right?
I
guys
did.
know
In
the
India,
breakfast?
every person would be like, "Oh my God, but I just had all this juice," and now we know it's literally like you're getting rid of all the good parts
stuff
of the
and just
fruits
having
and
sugar.
vegetables.
The breakfast of eggs.
Your mom fed you like that, right?
Can you just
The breakfast of eggs and fresh squeezed orange juice has every single mineral and vitamin in the world.
Not fresh squeezed orange juice.
Yeah. Orange juice.
Who
Those
told you
two things combined have every single mineral and vitamin. That's
Is
edible.
that true?
Vitamin?
I did not know that. I
Well,
thought
would
that
make- Well, how can it be vitamin D?
I thought that the fresh
From orange
squeezed.
juice. Orange juice has
But the
vitamin.
sun gives you vitamin D.
No,
Yeah,
I
but
think you
orange
can
juice
get
has it too.
vitamin D through.
I thought that when
Yeah,
you're
it's
squeezing
Yeah.
orange juice and drinking it, you're basically taking out all the fiber and staying with all the sugar.
What?
Just slightly above the sugary drink, which is all chemical-based sugar.
It'll have sugar too, but it'll be natural sugar.
It is natural sugar, but
you're
it is
getting
sugar.
rid of the fiber. and
Natural
the
sugar
pulp.
is sugar.
Maybe I guess he
So
means
drinking-
like
eating a lot of fruit is
I
actually
think
not
he
that good for
means
you.
fresh squeeze at home with like the pulp. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I
I-
love drinking in the morning like lemon water. I'm a
Oh,
big
That's okay.
lemon water
I mean,
girl.
that's okay.
I taught her that, but
Oh, that's
But yeah, I did grow up drinking sugary juice, like various kinds of juices. It doesn't matter whether orange or otherwise, and not realizing how much sugar that is. But basically, everything is just sugar. Everything is just sugar.
okay, so in this room, we are an Indian family, and we didn't even talk about chai in depth.
I talked about it a little bit.
No, but what is
I don't think I've ever
everybody-
tried chai.
I'm not gonna lie.
What are you talking about?
It's overrated.
Yeah, it's super overrated.
It's not that serious. Like
Bridge came to fight.
everyone
with
thinks
it.
it's
He
like
did
chai
come
is
to
like
fight.
everyone
I mean,
thinks that like
I think
chai is
I
like
don't know if I like the 18-year-old bridge.
Yeah, 18-year-old Bridge has become a menace.
Very, very
Yeah.
feisty.
like it's like I think everyone.
Or
feels
is
such
it
a, like-
because I don't know what the reason is, but he's
You
become
don't
very
even
feisty.
like homemade chai? The
I don't.
chai
It's not
that
that I
I
don't
make?
like it's good. It's just like you guys all act like chai is like God, and
It
it's like having
is.
chai like heals everything.
It does.
It's
But
really
you know
not
what?
the most incredible
You
thing.
know, he
ever.
is really well built as well. I mean, for the scrawny boy he used to be, he's a very,
Okay,
in
it's
shape
this
boy.
right now. We're not even talking about the health. We're talking about chai is a cultural phenomenon. It's a centerpiece of our culture.
Okay, I don't know if it's a centerpiece of our culture. I have the chai that you make once in a while because it's really nice as a
Yeah.
change. But I would not make a habit out of drinking that every day.
Yeah.
With milk and sugar and everything in it.
Well, I don't put so much milk and sugar. You remembering your mom's chai? Okay, so quick rapid fire round. In this moment, right now, if you had a choice, chai or coffee?
Black coffee.
None of the above.
Coffee.
I'm really against coffee, so chai.
Why
Everyone
are you
knows.
against
I've always
coffee?
told everyone.
Chai has
that I'm-
No,
caffeine
but
in it
why are you
too.
really against
He's
coffee?
always
told
been
you,
a
one of my
hypocrite.
okay. So one of the things that I want to like work towards in the future, which I shouldn't be leaking to you guys while I leak it. I'm trying to find like ways to create like different types of energy supplements because I find in my life like it's very difficult for me to stay energized throughout the whole day without drink. Like, I don't even drink coffee, for example, but I have drank coffee a couple times, and in those days, I definitely feel a lot more energized post drinking it than I would if I hadn't drank it.
So,
So-
what is the problem?
My problem with it is that caffeine is such an addictive substance that I just don't think it's like, even though until you guys brought up the point about how it's an experience of drinking the coffee with other people, I really didn't understand how people can just treat coffee so differently from like Coke, for example, and like the way that it's just addictive and it's a drug. In
You
its
mean
own
just
way.
black coffee as well?
Just black coffee.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
black
right.
coffee at its core is it's literally just caffeine.
It's a drug.
Like, that's what makes you addicted to it. And even then, people who try to not drink coffee end up drinking decaf because they're so addicted to the taste or whatever. So I just think it's such a I think all those substances that are that addictive to that level can be so harmful. So I'm trying to find a way to get energy that's not that expensive, because that's another issue. Some things are so expensive for no reason and also not addictive. That's something that I'm looking for, because I can't find anything.
So what do you want? No caffeine?
I just don't like the idea of having it. It doesn't even necessarily have to be caffeine, because there's other things that are also similar to caffeine that have that same level of burst of energy that makes you feel energized, but also just make you addicted, and they're just not good for you generally. What's it called? They have these new things in CVS where it's 5 hour. It's just 5 hour, and that's it. And that's you drink it, and
5
it just
hour,
yeah, whatever. And it just literally gives you the most.
But I
energy in
think
the
that's a
world.
caffeine-based drink.
It is, but it also has other energizers in it too. And it's just that's just what it is. It's just caffeine.
So you want to find the alternative to caffeine that also energizes.
That also, or it doesn't even have to be as energizing as caffeine. Because I understand if it was easy, it probably would have been done by now. But it could also be something that maybe you take gradually, and then it helps you over time. Because caffeine is so helpful, because if I drink one coffee today, after not drinking coffee for 2 years, I'll feel energized. It'll immediately hit. But why isn't there something that maybe you drink once every 2 days or something, just maybe a cup, just one cup of it, and gradually over time it'll just increase the amount of energy you feel.
There's probably a supplement
something
that
like
does that.
Yeah, we're on the hunt if anybody has.
Yeah.
any.
Okay, no one asked, but I too would choose coffee over tea, chai. But I
You're
don't
betraying
think
the
there's a
Indian
problem.
community.
No, I'm not betraying. I know how to make amazing chai, and I can make it.
Amazing.
But
chai.
my chai, to make it the way I do, it just takes too much time. That's
Yeah.
the unfortunate truth is that all the packaged chai that you get in America and worldwide is just not that
It's not-
good.
yeah.
And the dried up ginger doesn't taste as good as fresh grated. It's just what it is. I wish there was an easier solution.
Yeah.
But there isn't. I do like the quick chai tea on the go, the packages.
Yeah,
because
those are pretty good.
They're not bad. The quick, the mix, which is like an instant chai, it's fine on the
Instant chai
road.
is good.
It's fine on the road. It's a makeshift solution. But one of the other things we have discovered recently in our family that we all love is a zero alcohol beer.
We do have that. I agree with that. That's helped to give up, and we can talk about alcohol at the same time.
We both
But before
given
that,
up alcohol.
can I just make a public relations
goodness.
statement, please?
Not
Public
a public
what?
relations
Statement.
statement, please.
Public
God.
relations statement.
Everybody.
I just need to make.
I'm I just shuddered.
Anybody who is watching this, please know that can of sugary drink, doesn't matter which one it is, has 7 teaspoons of sugar. Think about
How many
when
is that
you
in
would
grams?
ever
At least.
have 7 teaspoons
You're
of
talking about
sugar.
the zero
with
alcohol
any-
beer?
no, I'm talking about
the-
a sugary drink.
The Coke. And
I
the
wish I had
Sprite.
known that growing up. I wish I had known that in my teenage years, and I wish I had paid more attention to it. So any child, any teenager, any adult, young adult watching this, please know it has 7 teaspoons of sugar. Imagine yourself taking 1, 2, 3,
He's right. No,
4,
he's actually right.
5,
okay.
6, 7 teaspoons of sugar and eating
Okay.
it one after the other. You
Okay.
never would do that. That's what you're having.
39 grams.
And Warren Buffett, for having made his billions out of owning that stock, he should not be thought of as such a great investor, only as a savage like any other investor has.
No,
been.
he's absolutely right, Dad. You're right. And honestly, I remember when I was 6 or 7, I was never, Mom raised us on broccoli. I don't even know. Out of the womb, I think we were eating raw broccoli. So I don't really know what happened there.
Yes.
And now when I am sad, I crave broccoli, which I don't even know what inception you did to make that happen. But I do remember as a 5 or 6 year old, you telling us so explicitly, do not drink these sugary drinks, and going to these parties and these 5th grade birthday parties. We just never drank it because at such a young age, you drilled it into us. And I do think it's important that parents tell their kids very early on, because there is this idea that, oh, they're just a 5th grader, they're just a 6th grader. We don't really need to care about what they're drinking and eating right now. And I feel because you scared us so early on, I just never even drank it at that age.
And the government and people saying it's a freedom of choice. You can choose not to drink it. Well, it's the same way as saying you have the freedom of choice of having or not having cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? It's
a
not
good
the same
point.
thing, because it is
I
so
know.
addictive that it's not easy for human beings to just say, quote unquote, freedom. Now again, you could make the case, well, where do you draw the line? Why not Coke? Why? I don't know the answer to that, but it does have 7 teaspoons of sugar. If you put a coin, a steel coin, like a metallic coin, and leave it with that can of sugary drink overnight and come back to it, it'll have junk on it. That
mean it'll have
metallic
rusted?
It'll have rusted. Think about this product that you're sort of having that can rust a metallic coin overnight.
Not only that, though, but these big corporations make money off of all forms of addiction, right? Bridge brought it up earlier. Coffee is just the drug of capitalism, right? Like, I drink coffee because it
I
makes
know
me
this is
super
going in a very
productive.
different
Yeah.
direction.
I don't know about coffee. I mean, okay, part of it is that we do have to live.
Yeah.
Like, we do have to live in this world today. I mean, in theory, everything is bad. Like,
But
you know what
nobody
I
should
mean?
be
Not
drinking
everything,
4 or
everything
5
is
cups
not
of
bad.
coffee.
Everything
No,
is
I mean, in theory, plain water is the best. Just drink water. But
the Hindu culture from thousands of years ago that was perpetuated for the humanity, right? And what Baba Ramdev talks about in his.
Oh, Baba, we're not gonna quote Baba Ramdev on this podcast under my watch, okay? We're just not gonna quote him, and I'm not gonna get into it. But
I mean,
thank
you
you so
stopped
much.
Godfather, now you stop Baba Ramdev. I
Okay,
don't know what
no,
I can
please
talk about.
bring the Godfather quotes
bring
back.
that
Bring
God-
the Godfather.
Honestly, I
I
miss
didn't
that.
think this would ever happen, but fine, quote Godfather if you have to.
No.
But it's all about, we are all drinking something. We're all drinking something every day. We want to know what you're drinking. This has been such a fun episode. Just even opening up the dialogue. What are your kids drinking? What are you drinking? How much money are you spending on drinks? How much money are people spending on? Because that's a thing. Our credit card bills are filled with coffee shop, bakery, barista. It is endless. We want to hear what's going on in your house, what's going on in your family. And as we end every episode with a rapid fire round of good grades with Gargs, we're going to do a round of who gets good grades and A grade in this episode of The Five of Us. Who brought the winning moment, the entertainment, the education? And at the end of the episode, we want to hear from you in the comment section who gets your A grades.
I'm ready.
So,
As usual.
okay, Zoya, go.
So yeah, good.
Okay, I'm going to give the A grade to Mom.
Oh, wow, I didn't see that coming.
Bad
Please,
decision.
yes.
Never happened before, I think.
Yeah, I don't
But
think
I don't
it's
think I've
ever
ever assigned it to you, actually. But you deserve the A grade because I completely agree with your point on the investment you make in coffee as a form of a social habit in the form of like you go for the experience. I think you and I agree on that point.
Yeah.
I do think people misinterpret all the time. You spend so much money on coffee, $5 or
I
$6
feel like
every
you're trying
single
to
day.
single-handed just give it to you're trying to give it to yourself, the A grade.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No. Mom made the point earlier that people misinterpret the actual cost of coffee as the cost of coffee versus the cost of the experience. And I actually completely agree with Mom. I find that the coffee I get with my friends in college every single day is my form of social interaction for the day, and it sets me up great. And I really appreciate it. And I agree with you on that.
I accept this Oscar. Thank you.
I'm going to give my A grade to Bridge. Not because I agree with everything he said, but I really like the conviction. I think that for a young man, about a young boy becoming an adult and now into going to college, conviction and confidence are the two most important things because there's never a right answer. But the more conviction you have in what you believe in is what carries you through. And for that reason, I'm going to give it to Bridge.
Okay, who
I'm
wants
giving my A grade to Dad because he has a good philosophy about Coke.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna give my A grade to Dad too. I thought the point about 7 teaspoons was really smart.
Well, okay. I don't know why you were so moved about the sugar and everybody knows there's a lot of
I
sugar.
don't think it's
You
if that
just
was
gave
true-
him an easy A. Like even I'll do a public service announcement next time and like look all sad
Mom is
about
just
it.
jealous because she didn't do the public
Yeah.
service
I never
announcement.
get an A grade because I say the
You
more
just got
complicated.
one. What are you
I just
complaining
gave.
about?
You're so
Yeah,
greedy.
yeah. Okay, no, but the boys never give it to me. and
Well,
you know
they
that
do.
Counts. Okay, and I will assign my A grade to my son Bridge because being 18 and walking into these high school events and college events and saying I'm going to be drinking water is a very difficult thing to do. It's hard for me to do at my age with my friends. So I know how much harder it is for him. And my daughter's been doing it for 3 years, 4 years since she started high school and college. But Bridge, I see him with his conviction walking around with a glass of tap water. And I'm just so proud that he is putting himself out there and offering his support to other kids who don't want to drink alcohol. Because that's another thing. When you don't drink, you empower the one other kid in the room who actually doesn't want to drink and could be feeling the pressure to drink. And for that alone, he deserves an A grade, and I applaud him also because he's my older son and all of that. Okay, thank you so much for tuning. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we can't wait to see you next time. Please tell us in comments all your thoughts about your drinks, your protein shakes, your fruit juices, the things you're doing that are working, the things that are not working, your deep regrets, the way my husband just expressed about his Coke drinking habits, which he had for many years. You drank Coke for breakfast.
Yeah.
It's true. 25 years ago, we used to start our day drinking. Oh, we're in America. We should start our day with Coke. Anyway, so all that we're trying to fix now, and we're hoping that you're on the journey with us. Thank you, and come back for the next episode. Bye from all the Gargs.
Bye.